tenure. And then somehow I thought that I was getting saturated in the core EHS domain. And because of that, I learned SAP because at that time I was aware some of my friends were also working in SAP, and I was aware that there is a module called SAP EHS. Okay, I wanted to even explore the technological side of EHS. I learned a lot of things in my core domain, so I wanted to explore now the IT sector. That is how I began to learn SAP EHS module. I learned it well, and then I joined a company as a SAP EHS consultant. So even that is about now 7 years since I have been working as a EHS consultant. And as a trainer, yes, of course, it's been 3 years now that I have been, working as a part-time trainer to teach people that EHS profession is not the only option we have. We have alternate options also, like you can even get into IT sector. Otherwise, just imagine people working in construction site, they would be really amazed to hear that they can also work for IT industry. So we have a chance. We can learn. We can migrate from our core domain wherever we are working in the industry to the IT sector. And especially after pandemic, you know how the situation
Okay.
is. Lot of companies are implementing SAP ERP software. If somebody want to migrate, I think this is the right time. Okay, so that's about me, Surya.
Yeah.
Currently, we are working from home. I'm still in Bangalore, and let's see what happens. If there is a new
Okay.
project, I may have to travel to other locations. Yeah, so that's about me.
Okay.
Can you please?
Okay.
I just want your name, what profession you are into, what is your designation, what is your educational qualification, and why are you interested in SAP HS?
Yeah. Okay. Sir, I am Jay Surya.
Yes.
I have done masters in environmental engineering.
Okay.
So I have a 3.5 years experience in EHS, environmental health and safety. So
Okay.
to upgrade my skills, I want to
Hmm.
join in SAP EHS.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to work in
Hmm.
mm,
Okay. So, in which
I
industry you are
also want
working, Surya?
to work from right now. I'm working in dairy industry, Hudson Agro Product.
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you clearly. Could you please
Dairy.
repeat?
Right now, I am working in dairy industry,
Oh, dairy industry. Okay,
Hudson
that's
Agro Product.
Hudson.
Yeah,
Hmm. Okay.
yeah,
Where
yeah.
do you put up, Surya? Are you from South India, basically?
Yes, sorry.
Are you from South India?
Yeah, sir, I am from South India.
Okay, okay, good.
Yes, sir, South India.
Okay, okay. All right, Surya, that's good to know. Somebody suggested you to do SAP HS, or is it your own interest? Why you want to?
Yes, no, sir, my own interest.
Okay, fine. So maybe you must have got few calls from IT companies because a lot of people get calls from the IT sector and they want people having experience in EHS domain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yes, right now there is a good demand for EHS consultants. If somebody want to migrate, I think this is a good opportunity. IT sector is doing well. There is a good demand for IT professionals, and I think this is the right time. After a few years, what is going to happen is the field will get saturated, and then we cannot really get as many opportunities as we are getting now. So yeah, I think this is the right time for people who want to migrate. Okay. Thank you so much, Surya, for your introduction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Kadam. Can you hear me? Am I audible to you?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, Kadam. Can you hear me?
Actually, I want one question.
Hmm.
I have one question.
Hmm.
What is the role and responsibility after completion of SAP EHS
Hmm.
module?
Okay. You want to start off with the questions? I will answer your queries. No problem with that. Okay. If you want to know this answer right in the beginning of the session, no problem. See, can I know, are you working as a EHS professional? If yes, from how many years?
Yes, sir. Till about 8+ years.
8+ years. Okay. You are from construction or manufacturing?
No, no. I'm in manufacturing process.
Okay. Okay. That's good. Yeah. So, Kadam, see what the current situation is that there are a lot of openings in the IT sector. So you may be thinking, what should I do? Like if I join an IT company, you may join Wipro, you may join Infosys, you may join IBM or Accenture. After you start working as a EHS consultant, SAP EHS consultant. So you must be
Okay.
wondering, what will be my role? What will I do in the IT sector? Because I am from manufacturing, by
Okay.
hiring me, what will these companies do? What is their benefit? You must be thinking like this in your mind.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So, see, from these 8 years, whatever experience you have gained in the EHS domain, you are going to utilize that knowledge in providing the solution in SAP EHS module. For example, let's imagine there is a company, maybe you can take example of ITC Limited. ITC Limited want to implement SAP software in their company. Okay, so they
Okay.
will be
Okay.
implementing lot of modules, module or plant maintenance module, sales and distribution module, warehouse management module, like that 10 to 12 modules they will implement. One of the modules will be EHS module also they will decide to implement. But the people working in the IT sector, the IT professionals, they have no idea about EHS. What is risk assessment, what is incident, what is near miss, or what is agent, how do you measure the hazard, like that they will have no idea, because they are IT professionals and they are not somehow related with your EHS. So that is why what these companies will do, they will need somebody like you who has so many years of experience, so that he can directly interact with the client and understand what options they want in the software. They want incident reporting system to be developed in SAP EHS, or they want to
Okay.
do a risk assessment using the SAP EHS module. All this requirement, only you can understand, because Kadam, you are a EHS professional.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
so what you have to do is you have to understand what the client want from the software. What options does he want? Then after taking the requirement from them, you have to provide a solution in SAP EHS module. Solution in the sense, how they can use SAP EHS module, or you can upload their master data into the software, or if they want an investigation tool, how to develop an investigation tool. All that solution you have to provide as a EHS consultant. You will be working for IT company, you will be an employee of IT company, but your client will be either manufacturing or pharma sector company or civil. It could be anything. Even oil and gas, they also
Okay.
use SAP EHS module. So only a EHS professional can understand what is the requirement of the client. That is why they hire you. That is why they take you as a EHS professional.
Okay. Means,
Okay. Yeah.
sir,
Hmm.
not only IT sector
Hmm.
hiring
Hmm.
that person, but
He got disconnected. Okay. Fine, no problem. Let him join. I will answer all your queries, not only his. But maybe I will start the session.
Sir,
I
I
want to
have one
introduce.
question, sir.
Yeah, yeah, Surya, tell me.
Yeah, sir, I have
Hmm.
3.5 years experience. Will I
Uh,
be a fresher or
no,
the
no,
experience
no.
will count on
Yeah,
the
it's
basis?
yeah, absolutely. Your experience is what they want. See, if you don't have experience in
Okay.
EHS, then it is difficult. No, like if they send you to any client, if the client is saying in terms of safety language,
Okay.
okay, like I want to do risk assessment or I want to record
Okay.
incidents, near misses. If you don't have experience, how can you interact with the client? It's not possible. So
Yeah, yeah.
your experience in the EHS domain is very
Yeah.
much important, and on the basis of that only you are going to get a job in the IT sector. And you will not be considered as a fresher,
Yeah.
by the way.
Okay.
Okay, right. Yeah, Kadam, and your questions I will
Okay.
answer definitely. You were saying something. Okay, let's conclude. No problem. You can continue with your question, Kadam. Hello. Okay, I don't know. Maybe some technical issue out there. No problem. Let me share my screen because I want to take you through one of the presentations for today's session. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes.
fine. So let me start with the first question. What do you know about SAP? Or what do you know about ERP software or SAP ERP? What do you know about this software? Do you have any idea what is this software about? Have you ever heard, have you ever used any SAP module in your experience? Or maybe seen people using this SAP software? What do you know about SAP? Because before you learn
We
any
are using
skill,
for
tell.
just to raise the PRs and
Uh,
for a gate process like that. We are using
okay.
for basic purpose, not in
Hmm.
a safety field, but generally we are
Hmm.
using.
Okay. So your company has decided they will use SAP software only for material management module they might have implemented, and also they will be using FICO module,
Yeah,
finance and controlling module also, because these are core modules. Without this, you cannot use SAP software at all. So I'm sure they would be using MM module, FICO
yeah,
module,
yeah.
even HR module. HCM module is also an integral part of SAP that they may be using, or if it is into sales, SD module will be used by them. Okay, or if you are using warehouses, if there is a warehouse in your company, then warehouse management module will also be there. Like that, these are some core and important modules apart from your EHS and quality management. Okay, but yes, it is the client's choice. They may implement EHS also along with these other modules, or they may just use these core modules. It is their wish. But why we use this module is because, what happens a lot of times, if you want to improvise your business operations, day to day business activities, if you want to carry out them very smoothly, you need to plan everything in advance. For example, if you want to do production, okay, you should be knowing how much raw material will be required, how many people you need to put in the shift, and how much time it will take, to achieve that production goal. So you plan before you start the production. And if you do this manually, what is going to happen? There will be a lot of wastage. Maybe instead of 1 ton of raw material, you may use 1.5 tons of raw material. So that 500 kilogram will be a wastage. If you are using any software tool like SAP ERP software, it will help you to streamline your business operations. It will help you to reduce the cost in running business. You can plan accordingly. You can maximize the utilization of your resources. Even with respect to supply chain or even your logistics, if you are using any ERP software, it will smooth. You can carry out your business activities very smoothly. There will not be any delay in the logistical process. You have to again take your product, deliver it to your customers, again collect the amount from them. All these are very essential business part. These business operations need to run very smoothly. Only then your company can generate profits. Okay, so old days, what we used to do, we used to maintain registers. Everything was manual. We used to call people on telephone and fix appointments like that. But nowadays, all those things are gone. If any company does not invest money in the technology, then it will be very difficult for them in the future. As the business grows, you cannot only use people. Manpower is not sufficient. You also have to put money into the technology. You have to use the technology. That is why As the company becomes more and more globalized, as they become more and more bigger, they have to use these software tools, because that will reduce their amount of time, and they don't have to waste their resources. They can efficiently use their resources. That is why SAP software is such a useful software. And one among them is your SAP EHS module. Okay, so using this SAP EHS module has its own advantages. Mainly, it will help you to implement your health and safety policies and procedures at the ground level. What the management will do, they will develop policies and they will develop procedures at the top management level. But until it is effectively implemented at the ground level, what is the use? It will just be a policy and procedure, nothing more than that. If you want to see some benefit of EHS system, you have to effectively implement those policies and procedures at the ground level. Okay, and to achieve that, your SAP EHS module will be very beneficial. That is the first thing. Secondly, when it comes to compliance requirements or following the regulations, or submitting the reports, maybe monthly reports, quarterly reports, or even yearly reports, we spend a lot of time. If you are not using ERP software, you have to manage all the data in the Excel sheet. Okay, from that Excel sheet, you should develop the report. Sometimes that report will also be incomplete and some data will be missing or wrong data will be entered in the Excel sheet. Okay, so when you finally, after so much long time, when you generate the report, it may not be correct at all. So to avoid such kind of complications, we can use SAP EHS module. So when you generate any compliance report, the data will be accurate and a lot of time will be saved. You don't have to spend 2 days or 3 days in generating a report. Within minutes, you can generate a report and you can submit to the agency. So quick it is. Not only such simple reports, even analytical reports. Like, if you want to compare how many incidents happened last month, how many incidents happened this month, whether it is increasing or decreasing, all that analysis, if you want to do, SAP EHS is the best module. You will get a very clear picture. How is your EHS system performing? Is it performing good or performing bad? If it is going bad, you can take action immediately, right? Because you have a clear picture. But if you don't have any software, if you are dependent on Excel sheets and PowerPoints, then I'm sorry, it is very difficult for you people to manage your EHS. It is very difficult. I'm not saying it is impossible, but you may not be able to manage your EHS very accurately. Okay, so there also your SAP EHS plays a very important part, where it will help you to get a clear picture what is happening with your EHS system. That is why we use SAP EHS module. If I have to go point by point, how does your SAP EHS module help us? First and foremost, it helps us to reduce incidents, to mitigate risk, and facilitate safe working environment. Reducing incidents. How does it reduce incidents? It's not some robotic software. It cannot take action by itself. No, absolutely not. But what it can do is, it can give you a clear picture. Okay, last month, what was the type of incident that occurred very frequently? It could be near miss, it could be some fire incidents, it could be some falling objects, it could be such kind of incidents. So you can clearly filter out and see what were the number one incidents that occurred in the last month. If it was falling objects, you can mitigate that risk. You can implement control measures to reduce the number of falling objects. Okay, you can bring that down. Or if it was, let's say, what can you say, spillage, or if it was a slip and trip kind of incidents, you can take necessary action to prevent those incidents from occurring again. So in this way, you can reduce the number of incidents on a month-on-month basis or on a quarter-on-quarter basis. It will definitely help you to bring down the number of incident rate. That's the first advantage. Secondly, if yours is a manufacturing company, let's say you manufacture some fertilizers, okay, it's a hazardous substance. As per the government regulations, you cannot store any hazardous substance more than the acceptable limit. If the government says 1 ton is a maximum capacity. You cannot store more than 1 ton of hazardous raw material. Then what will you do? You have to follow the regulation. You cannot say, no, my demand is more for my fertilizers, I will keep more. You cannot say. If they are saying 1 ton, you have to stop the material at 1 ton. But imagine, instead of one hazardous substances, there are hundreds. Let's say more than 100 hazardous substances you are using as raw material. To check the quantity of each hazardous substance on a daily basis is very difficult, because one substance limit may be 1 ton, another hazardous material limit may be 100 kilogram, another maybe diesel, it is 1 gallon. Like that, for different hazardous substances, the limit will be different. So if you have to check the quantity, how can you check every day? It is very difficult. No, you cannot go everywhere checking how much is the quantity every day. Even if you go, what is the guarantee that you will not make mistake? There is no guarantee for that also. So we have a system in SAP EHS called substance volume tracking. What it will do is, it will check on a daily basis what is the quantity of the hazardous substance, and it will give you a report. This hazardous substance, ammonium nitrate, is 500 kilogram, or diesel is 500 liters is there. Like that, it will generate a report. And whenever the hazardous substance reaches the maximum limit, let's say it reached 900 kilogram or 950 kilogram, which is very close to the maximum limit, what the SVT will do, it will generate an alert. It will say this material has reached maximum limit, please take action, reduce it to the acceptable limit. Like that, it will generate alerts. That is what we find in your SAP EHS module. It will automatically check the quantity of hazardous substances, and it will give you an idea which material is getting out of hand, which material is, the quantity is getting more and more, so that you can reduce that quantity. That is the second advantage. Thirdly, you can continuously monitor the incident patterns. Incident patterns means like near miss incidents, dangerous occurrences, major incidents, major accidents, or safety observations. All these are different incidents, right? So, in safety terminology, we say any near miss, if it is occurring, you cannot ignore it. You have to take it seriously, and you have to provide a control measure so that near miss should not become a major accident. You should take action before near miss becomes major accident. So by continuously monitoring the incident patterns, what you can do is, you can take timely action. You can review your EHS system whether something is wrong. Do you have to provide any more control measures, or do you have to make some changes in your EHS system? That you will get a clear idea by continuously monitoring the incident patterns. If a lot of near misses are happening, you can ask why they are happening. What is going wrong? What should I do to reduce the number of near miss incidents? So when you know the correct picture, you can take action. So that is why continuously monitoring the incident patterns is very important in your EHS system. And that will be achievable if you are using SAP EHS module. And fourthly, by using SAP EHS module, you can comply with all the regulations. See, let me tell you, if you are working in a chemical company, I don't know how many regulations you have to follow. With respect to hazardous waste, there are so many regulations. With respect to dangerous goods, you have to follow the regulation. With respect to hazardous substances, you have to follow the regulation. With respect to the health and safety of the employees, you have to send them for regular medical checkups. All these things will come under your regulations. So imagine there are so many reports that you need to generate, so many documents you need to submit to the government agencies. All this is time consuming process, time consuming. The more number of regulations are there, the more time you have to spend in generating the reports. So if you are doing it manually, you have to keep, I don't know, maybe 5 to 6 people doing only this work, generating the reports. Instead of that, use SAP EHS module, and like I told you, within minutes you can generate any number of documents. It is very easy. So you can very easily comply with all the safety regulations and sustainability regulations that are there in the world. Okay, so that is one of the very important points. And then finally, it will also allow you to assess risk proactively, means identifying any hazard and taking action to eliminate that hazard is the responsibility of a EHS professional. So without identifying the hazard, I don't think you will be able to control that hazard. So SAP EHS module will help you to proactively perform the risk assessment. And if the risk is more, you can implement control measures to bring it under control. Right? So that is also one of the features of your SAP EHS module, so that you can proactively perform the risk assessment repeatedly, identify what are the hazards that are there in the plant or in the company, and you can eliminate those hazards or you can control those hazards. So these are some of the salient features of SAP EHS modules. There are many more, but I thought these are some of the important ones which I should include in the demo. Okay. So if there are any questions related to these things, you can ask me, because next I will be taking you to the each component that we study in SAP EHS module. Any question for me, or is it clear up to this point?
It is clear, sir.
Okay, right. So let me continue then. Okay.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, I will teach you the general overview of SAP EHS. I mean, how many components are there, how to use the server, what is the SAP demo server, okay, what are tables, what are the different project types we have in SAP. Like that, I will give you all the general idea about SAP. Where did SAP started, who started, what is the future, how many technologies are there in SAP, how many modules are there. So this general knowledge is very important if you are planning to learn SAP EHS. So first I will cover all those general topics related to SAP, even related to projects. What is an implementation project, what is a support project, how many types of projects are there. I have to tell you all these things. Without that, if I directly start SAP EHS, there is no meaning in that. Okay, so I will take you through the general concepts first, then
Okay.
we will start SAP EHS. So in that, first topic is basic data and tools.
Okay.
Yeah, basic data and tools is the first component we come across in SAP EHS. So what is this basic data and tools? We use this basic data and tools to create EHS related data, and we can store EHS related data in the system. So what EHS data? For example, if you want to create a MSDS report, okay, for MSDS report, you need physical chemical properties of a chemical, what first aid measures you have to implement, and what are the firefighting measures you have to implement. All these things are known as your MSDS related data. So what we can do here, we can create this data and we can store it in basic data and tools. I am giving example as MSDS. There are other lot of reports also you can create. For example, standard operating procedure. SOP is also one of the reports, the data you can create, or maybe labels, or maybe raw material specification. Like that, a lot of reports you can generate. So where the data will come, until and unless you don't create the data, you cannot use it. So in basic data and tools, we are actually going to see what are the options we have to create the data, and how we can store the data, and how we can generate the reports from the data. For that purpose, we will be using these three tools: specification management, phrase management, and report management. I am going to tell you regarding this in detail during the course, but understand one thing: specification management, phrase management, and report management are used to create your EHS related data, and we can store this data in basic data and tools. That's a very important point to remember. Next, once we are done with basic data and tools, then we have product safety. So product safety here means hazardous product which you manufacture. When you manufacture hazardous product and when you send it for sale in the market, you also need to provide some basic information in the form of MSDS. Okay, because if it is a fertilizer, any customer who is using that fertilizer, he should know what is the danger in that fertilizer. If it catches fire, how should he extinguish the fire? If there is any material left, how to dispose that material in a safe manner. All this information you have to give to your customer, and that can be done only when you create a MSDS report. So in product safety, we are going to see how we can create such reports, how we can generate the report, and then it has to be approved. Generating a report is not a big deal. Anybody can do it. But somebody has to check whether the data provided in that MSDS is correct or not, whether sufficient information has been added or not. Okay, can we share this data with the customer or not? Like that, lot of people will check that report. We are going to see who are those people, what are the different statuses that are involved in the report generation, and then we will also see how this report is stored in the SAP system. That we are going to see under report information system. And about substance volume tracking, I already told you. If there are hazardous materials you are using in the company, this function will check how much is the quantity of that substance, and it will give you a clear picture. It should be more or less? Should you reduce the quantity or not? All that information and alert messages will be generated by the substance volume tracking. Okay, this is a very interesting concept, and let me tell you, this is very, very important, substance volume tracking. We are going to study that in detail. Then we have WWI report template, where WWI stands for Windows Word Processor Integration. Windows Word Processor Integration. This is a software that is created by Microsoft, and using this software, you can design your report template. A report template means, like a blank form. When you go to bank, they will give you one form, right? Where you have to enter your name, address, telephone number, email ID, whether you want savings account or current account, all the details. Okay. A report template means it is a blank document. First, you have to design that blank document, and only then you can generate the reports from that. So how to design that? There is a software called WWI. Using this, we can design the report templates. Okay, we are going to see that, not much because this is taken care by the technical consultants. But still, I will show you what is WWI, how you can use that WWI. Right? So that's your WWI report template. Then finally, again, we are going to see label management. Label management means we are going to study how many types of labels are there in the company, in which business process, which label is applicable, how to generate a label, what is label determination, okay, how does a label different from other type of reports. All these we are going to study in global label management. This is also a very important topic. You can see a lot of job descriptions, they will ask you for global label management. It is very important topic. Okay, this also comes under product safety, but I will handle this separately as a different component. Okay, any questions so far up to product safety, or are you clear with this? Right. Next
Okay.
topic,
Yeah.
hazardous substance management. Here it is a very small component, by the way, where you are going to study only two things: hazardous substance master record and SARA reports. Hazardous substance master record means it stores all the basic information about the hazardous substances. Okay, and you can use this information in generating SARA reports. So what is SARA report? SARA stands for US Superfund Amendments and Reauthorization Act. US Superfund Amendments and Reauthorization Act. I don't know if you are working in a chemical industry or if you are aware, you should know that any chemical which you are generating in India, and if you want to sell that in United States, it is not very easy. They will not give you the permission. Okay, and when they give the permission, every month you need to submit these reports, SARA reports. This SARA report means, it mainly contains details of your hazardous substances. How many hazardous substances you are using, in how many quantity it is there, what are the different categories of hazardous substances you are using. All that information will be there in the SARA report. You have to generate this every month and you have to submit to an agency called Environment Protection Agency. Those people will ask for this report. Again, in SARA report, there are three types. We can discuss that later because we need to explain a lot. There are actually three types of SARA reports. Okay, so this is about the SARA reports. This is if you want to sell any hazardous product in America, you have to generate this report on a monthly basis. Very simple hazardous substance management component. Only two topics are there. Then after we complete hazardous substance management comes a very important topic called dangerous goods management, where we will discuss what is the meaning of a dangerous good, how it is different from a hazardous substance, okay, and related to dangerous goods, what are the different packaging material that are available, okay, what are the different dangerous goods regulations available, most popular in the world. Many regulations are there. We are going to study how many of these DG regulations are there in the world, which are important ones. Like that in detail, we are going to learn about the dangerous goods regulations. Not only that, if you want to transport any dangerous goods, you have to select the transportation. How are you going to send your dangerous good? Are you going to use roadways, railways, or airways, or even using ships? You can send your dangerous goods. So, which is the most suitable transportation means for a particular dangerous good? That you should know, and you can decide which transportation category is suitable for a particular dangerous good. Right, so this is also a very important topic. Apart from that, another very important point is dangerous goods master record. Just like your hazardous substance master record, there is also something called as dangerous goods master record. This contains all the information about the dangerous goods. What is the name of the dangerous good, or what is the packaging material we are using, what is the maximum quantity you can transport, what kind of packaging material has to be used, what are the physical chemical properties of the dangerous good, which vehicle are we going to use for transporting dangerous good. All that information you will find in a dangerous good master record. Okay, we are going to see this. There are many tabs in this, many pages will be there. What information is available, I'm going to show you in dangerous good master record. Okay, then following component is waste management. This is also coming under compliance, as you are aware, especially if you are generating hazardous waste. Then you have to comply with the Pollution Control Board guidelines. So in waste management, we are going to learn what are the some of the basic data, like the definition of waste, what is waste code, what is waste catalog. We'll see that. In master data, we will learn authority assigned number or registration number. Okay, then what is a license, and how many types of waste management business partners are there, how to create the waste management business partner, what is an entry document, what is an approval document. These things we are going to learn in master data. And then finally, yes, of course, we have another document called disposal document. If you want to take your waste and dispose it somewhere, first you need to generate this report called disposal document. This will contain all the information about your waste. What is the hazardous nature of the waste? What is the name of the waste? How many quantity you are disposing? Okay, where you are disposing? Who is the transporter? Who is the generator? Which company is going to dispose this waste? All the detail will be there in the disposal document. We will see how to create this disposal document and how we can actually, use this disposal document. Right? So these are important things in waste management. Last but not least, there is another very important component called industrial hygiene and safety. This is where we can perform risk assessment. We can report incidents or accidents that occur, and we can also conduct exposure management, means measuring how much is the hazard level, how much we have to maintain the quantity of the hazard limit. All that we will learn in the exposure management. And then work area management is nothing but any company or plant can be divided into smaller work areas or smaller sections called work area, so that we can easily identify what are the hazards in that particular section and we can implement a control measure. So it becomes easy for us if we divide the plant into different sections. That is known as work area. So we are going to learn how to create this work area, what kind of control measures we can implement, okay, what are the safety mechanisms are available in this work area. All those details we can enter in a work area. Okay, we are going to see that. And then you have something known as measurement management, where you can measure the hazards, how much quantity it is. You can take the measurement values and you can record it in the SAP system. That we are going to see in the measurement management. Next, last component we are going to study is occupational health. And this is related with your employees' health and well-being. You know, if you want to work in a company, first they will send you for medical checkup. After you clear the medical checkup, only then they will give you the appointment letter, right? We have seen this all. So occupational health component is used to maintain the data related to the employee's health. It can be related to medical records. Okay, it can be related to the vaccination details, even vaccination details you can maintain. Or if you are sending your employees for regular medical checkup after joining the company, those details also you can maintain in occupational health. Then you can create a injury illness log. See, from time to time there will be a lot of injuries or illnesses happening in a company. So you can report these injuries or illnesses by using a component called injury or illness log. And then you can take appointment. If you want to send 10 people for medical checkup, you can take an appointment from the doctor. You can fix a date and time, and you can send invitation letter to those employees saying that you people have to go on this date at this time at this medical center. Like that, you can even share your invitation letter to the employees, right? So all this occupational health is a component dealing only with your health related activities, including your vaccinations, medical checkup, injury illness reporting, all that related to health. So this is also one of the very important topics, right? So this is all we have in SAP EHS module. I have explained to you each one of them. Apart from these components, I'm also going to teach you some of the technical concepts like data structure, tables, and integration. These are technical concepts you will come to know only when you start attending the class. Because during our course, I'm going to teach you these technical concepts, right? So this is all I have, the course contents. I'm sure it covers everything in your SAP EHS. I have not left anything. All the topics are covered in SAP EHS. Okay, now if there are any questions, if you have any doubts, you can please ask me. Maybe related to SAP EHS, maybe related to jobs or whatever. You can just put forward your questions.
Sir, after completion of SAP EHS, I
Huh.
can join only in the IT field or
No, you can continue. You can even
I
join,
can join
yeah,
in
other companies also, like manufacturing. If you want to join, you can join, because you know it is also one of the advantage. Tomorrow, if that company implements SAP EHS module, you will be the first person. You will become an important person because you already know about that module. Okay, so other people will still be learning, and you can actually start working on the module. So it is not only advantageous from IT perspective, but also if you want to join any company that is using SAP EHS, they will first select you because you are already aware of the software. And once you join, they don't have to
okay.
spend money and time in teaching you how to use the module. So that is why they will first give you the preference. Or if you want to join IT company, fine, you can even do that. You have both the options.
Is there more opportunities for SAP EHS?
Absolutely. You didn't get any call?
No, sir.
Yeah, just add
I got a
SAP.
call in
Hmm.
EHS, but not on that.
You add SAP to your CV, then you will come to know. Lot of opportunities are there.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Or you can just Google, okay, put SAP EHS jobs like that you put. You'll come to know lot of jobs are there. Or you edit your CV, put
Yeah,
SAP EHS, then also you will get calls.
okay.
Hmm. Okay, and what other doubt you have? Kadam, no doubt from your end?
Hi, sir. I have one doubt.
Ah,
Uh, is there any opportunity after completion of SAP EHS
hmm.
course
Hmm.
in abroad or out of country?
See, you can search this. I mean, what should I say? SAP is a software which is same whether you are using in India or whether you are using it abroad. But what happens in EHS, after you learn the course in EHS, if you want to work in Australia, they will say, no, we cannot accept your Indian certificate. You have to
Okay.
pass the examination in Australia, only then we will consider you as a EHS officer. But
But
in SAP, it is not like that. Whatever you are using SAP software in India, it is the same software even in America, even in Europe.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that is the reason, especially in Europe, there is a lot of demand because there are a lot of pharmaceutical companies in Europe.
Okay.
So yeah, like especially in Switzerland, Germany, in that region, a lot of pharmaceutical industries are there. So they will be using these SAP EHS module. Apart from that, in Gulf countries also there is a good demand, especially in Abu Dhabi and in Dubai.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah, because you don't have to learn anything special if you want to work as a SAP EHS consultant for Europe or for America or for Middle East. It is the same thing. Same transaction code, same software here also and in Dubai also. So
Okay.
that is one of the advantages, if you learn IT skills.
Okay. Or
Hmm.
only a only it is only a SAP consultant or associate SAP consultant or a three part. Yeah, only one part. Yeah, other apart this only one other thing other part is there.
Other part in the sense there is technical modules are there, but technical modules are not applicable for you. See, you don't even have to know programming and all. This is a functional module.
Okay, sir.
A technical module is there, but you don't have to learn that right now. Maybe in the future, if you want to gain more experience, more opportunities, then you can learn programming also in SAP.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My another question is that
Yes,
apart
Karan.
from IT industry,
Hmm.
uh, other industries just like manufacturing, engineering, and
Hmm.
other,
Hmm.
there are having a scope for this course. Sir.
Yes, absolutely. I think Surya asked me this question. Absolutely. See, in your CV, if you write, you also know IT skills related to SAP HS, it will give you a lot of preference. Because wherever you apply, people what they do, they only concentrate on EHS, only on core domain. They don't know anything about IT. But when you add
Okay.
IT skills also like SAP EHS module, that will give you advantage over other candidates. Because
Okay.
when that company implements SAP in the future, you will be the first person to take advantage of that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So in that way, yes, it is very helpful for you, even in your core domain also.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Okay, sir.
right. Surya, any more questions from both of you?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Apart from this also, if you have any queries other than this, you can contact your coordinators and they will let me know regarding your queries.
Okay.
I hope I was able to present this material, this demo in a way that you could understand. And yeah, thank you so much for attending this
Okay,
demo.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
Kadam. Yeah, you're most welcome, Kadam and Surya, both of you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, chalo.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, no problem. My pleasure. Thank you so much.